We are Mac and the Big Cheese. Welcome to Big Game Cooking here, folks. We are the ambassadors of the World Hunting Club. We are cooking buffalo cheesesteak with the works today. What do we start with, Patty?
All right, first of all, we're going to be cooking with elk steak seasoning from High Mountain Country. And these guys, High Mountain seasoning right here, these guys have a great seasoning. And we're going to be using big game cooking. Of course, you're not going to get any bigger until you go bison. So we're going to be cooking up a buffalo steak, but we're going to be doing it in a little different tradition than what people are used to.
What we're going to do is we're going to season the oil because we're going to get this oil with lots of flavor. So in a saute pan, we have a little bit of vegetable oil.
Now, the reason why we're going to be using vegetable oil for this is because bison and buffalo is very lean and it's not going to have its own oil. So we want to be able to make sure is that we're going to give it its oil for cooking. We're going to make sure we season it.
A little bit of jalapenos in there, a little bit of lime. We're going to squeeze the lime in there, a couple pieces of lime. And we have fresh basil. Now throw all the sprigs in there, folks, because all you're doing is seasoning the oil. Because what you can do is with the seasoned oil, that's what you're going to saute the steak in and also the vegetables. So put a little bit more oil in there, just like that.
Now, because we're going to be doing a sandwich here, what we're going to do is we're going to preheat our bun we're just going to take a regular hoagie bun and we're going to put some provolone cheese on top right there.
Just like that, folks, and on indirect heat.
We're going to put it in the grill. We're going to let it cook.
Okay, just like this, folks. Now put the cover on like that, and the cheese will melt in a few minutes. Now what we have here is the oil starting to heat up a little bit. We have the jalapeno sauteing up. We have the basil, and we have the lime in here. And as you can hear, the sizzle is starting to go right now. What's going to happen is we're going to let this cook for a couple minutes, let it season up, and then we're going to throw this away.
Yeah, you don't want to eat the basil. You don't want to eat the sticks of the basil. It's not going to be good for you. So we're going to make sure that we're going to take that stuff out. That's ready to go.
Okay.
But we're going to leave the jalapenos in there.
Yeah,
we're going to leave those in there.
Now, folks, what we're going to do is we're going to throw in our vegetables. All right, we have mushrooms, button mushrooms, green peppers, and white onions. Toss that in there just like this, folks. And we're going to season this up with the elk steak seasoning, all right? Just a little bit, folks, because we're also going to put it on the buffalo as well. How much are you going to put in there, Patty?
About
how much?
That much.
That
it's a
much,
science.
Folks.
It's about all being a science.
What does this taste like? What is it familiar? Like what does it taste like?
The reason why we're not going to be adding any salt and pepper is because we have everything right here in the seasoning, and it's going to be able to take the gamey flavor out of some of your big game meats, and it's going to give it its own original, unique flavor. So we're just going to turn.
That's what happens with a lot of the gamey meat. It has a taste to it that you kind of want to get rid of. You want to kind of mask, and that's what the seasoning is all about. You know, use this seasoning, get rid of that gamey flavor, and let it saute up here. Also going to season up the vegetables. Now, what kind of meat we have here, Pat?
All right, this is bison.
Okay.
All right. As you can see, this is a really nice cut of bison, and all I'm going to simply do is just take the knife, and I'm just going to get nice thin cuts of this steak.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to use a little bit of the fat in there.
This has like 50% less fat than regular red meat.
Yeah, it's one of the leanest meats that you're going to be able to use when you're cooking, and it's going to be much healthier than a lot of your other red meats, and that's why big game is so popular when you're hunting, because it is a lot healthier. I'm going to trim off some of this other fat here because we're going to be doing a saute on this, and we don't need all of that in here. All right, how's our vegetables looking?
They're coming along, folks. I know that the jalapeno is going to add a little extra kick to it. I'm going to put a little bit more elk steak seasoning in there. And once again, folks, this is the High Mountain seasonings. It's called elk steak seasoning. It kind of has like a Lawry's, but like a spicy Lawry's taste to it, which is a good combination if you ask me.
All right, so we're ready.
I love steak and cheese. Now what you're going to do is you're going to add this, the buffalo meat in there. All right. You're going to brown it all up nice and evenly. All right. We're going to let this cook
for just a couple minutes.
A couple minutes, but you're also going to season that buffalo with the elk steak seasoning as well.
You smell that already?
It's really good. This is really going to kill that gamey flavor.
All right, that's good. That's plenty.
Yeah. I like it spicy, you know, especially when you have a little bit of provolone cheese melting on it. It's going to be good. All right. So, folks, we're going to let this cook up. We'll be back in about 5 to 7 minutes. Let this buffalo meat cook up. We'll see you soon. buffalo meat is almost cooked, but we want to let you know once again, the World Hunting Club, you can go find them at worldhuntingclub.com for all the kind of game meats, and come to Ultimate Outdoor Cooking to learn how to cook those game meats, all right? So a couple more minutes here, this will be done, then we're gonna finish it off, and you're gonna have
We're gonna pig out.
a buffalo steak
gonna
and cheese
pig
with the
out.
works. We'll be back, folks. Buffalo cheesesteak is done, folks. All right.
It's ready to go.
Now what we're gonna do is we have our bun with the melted provolone. I'm gonna start putting some meat right across here. And now this is very lean. I like peppers. I like onions. I like the works on my steak and cheeses. All right. Oh, Patty, what do you think?
Get some onion on there.
I'm gonna get some onion. Yeah.
Doesn't use up all the meat. I'm gonna have a
All
sandwich too.
right. Are you gonna eat this?
Yes, I'm gonna eat
This
that.
one's for me.
No, well that might be yours, but that's why you're gonna save me some.
All right, look at that, folks. Buffalo steak and cheese with the works. Go to worldhuntingclub.com or ultimateoutdoorcooking.com to learn how to do this recipe. Easy in the outdoors.
Elk steak seasoning, high mountain seasoning, not just for elk, but also for buffalo bison that we're gonna be using right now. We actually cooked this up and now we're gonna eat it, and doesn't it look delicious? This is so tender and so flavorful.
We want to thank the World Hunting Club and also the elk steak seasoning guys. We are Ultimate Outdoor Cooking Mac on the big cheese, ultimateoutdoorcooking.com.
And now we're gonna pig out.
Yeah, you sloppy animal.
Can't get my mouth around it.
You'll find a way, I'm sure. All right, bon appetit.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Wow.
Just you eating like a pig. That's disgusting.
The taste of this is so good, I don't even mind working with you.